Hi, 8th graders. This is a math lesson for Chapter 11, Section 4, which is dealing with something called surface area. And we're going to talk about surface area of particular three-dimensional figures. There's going to be three different types. One, the rectangular prism that you can see right here. That's going to be one type of problem. Two, what do we do with a triangular prism like this one? And three, how do we figure out the surface area of something that looks like this, a cylinder? Well, first question, what's the difference between surface area and volume? Surface area is how much outside surface the shape has. Volume is how much stuff you can stick inside of it. Right? Volume is the capacity of the object. Surface area is, for example, maybe how much paint will you need to cover the outside, or how much wrapping paper will you need to cover a present. So, how do we figure out surface area? Well, I'm going to show you three different styles of problems depending upon which shape you have. Right here, I've got a rectangular prism. How many faces does that rectangular prism have? Da, 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 da. Oh, if you said 6, you are correct. It has a front face, the part that's facing us. So I'm going to write FR for front. It has a back face way in the back behind it. We really can't see that. I'm going to call that BA. It has two side faces, a side face here and a side face here. So I'm going to write side and side. And it has a top face and a bottom face down here. A top and a bottom. And now, we're almost halfway there on this one. The front face, which is right here, what are its dimensions? What are its dimensions? What's its length and what's its width? If you said 5 by 4, you'd be right. And 5 by 4 is a total area of 20. Guess what? If the front face has that area, then guess what? The back face also has to have that same area. So we're going to write 20 down as well. How about the side faces here and over here? What are the dimensions? If you said 2 by 4, you'd be right. And both of them have to be 2 by 4. How about the top and the bottom faces? Top right here and bottom right here. What are the dimensions of the top and the bottom? If you said 5 by 2, you'd be right, with a total area of 10. And I forgot to write those numbers in as 8. We're almost done. Now all we got to do is add up all of these numbers right over here. 20 plus 20 is 40. 40 plus 10 is 50. 50 plus 10 more is 60. 60 plus 8 is 68. Plus 8 more is 76. I get a total of 76. And since it's Earth surface area, we're going to talk about it as being square feet. This shape has a total surface area. I'm going to write that as SA for surface area. It has a total surface area of 76 square feet. Okay. What did I do? I just figured out the surface area, or the areas of each of the 6 faces, and then I added them up. Let's move on to the next problem. What do we do with this puppy, this triangular prism? Well, it's the same problem, except we don't have 6 faces anymore, do we? We don't have 6 faces. How many faces are there? There's a front triangle. There's a back triangle, right? There's a bottom rectangle right here. Bottom rectangle right here. And there's a right-hand side face that's right here. It's on the right-hand side of it. And finally, we have a left side slanted face right here. So that makes a total of 5 faces. So I'm going to talk about front triangle, back triangle, bottom, BO for bottom. I'm going to talk about the right side, and the left slanty side. Those are the 5 faces we need to figure out in this particular. Why can I not draw an equal sign? There we go. Those are the 5 particular faces. Now, for a triangle right here, you have to remember that the formula for the area of a triangle is 1/2 times base times height. And in this case, we've got a base of 10 and a height of 11. So I'm going to replace the b with 10 and the h with 11. And guess what? Because the front triangle has that dimensions, that means the back triangle also has those dimensions. So I'm going to write 1/2 times base times height again. And the answer to both of those is 55. How about the bottom? Right down here. Bump, 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 bump. What's that dimensions? Well, this is obviously 10. The question is, what's this or this? This or this is equal to this length right here. So we can write a 9 here. The bottom dimensions has to be 10 by 9 or 90, right? How about the right-hand side, the side over here? All right, here, 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 and here. What is that? Isn't that 11 times 9 or 99? And finally, how about this slanted one? Uh-oh, that might be a little bit trickier. It might be a little bit trickier. Why? Because I know this is 9, but I haven't been told this yet. But there's a way to figure it out. We can use the Pythagorean theorem on this particular triangle to figure out this length. So that would be 10 squared plus 11 squared equals c squared. Does that ring a bell? Pythagorean theorem. 121 plus 100 equals 221, equaling our c squared. Hopefully you can still see that. We've got to figure out the square root of 221. Don't know what that is. So I pull out a calculator. Oh, let's see here. Square root. Oh, 14.9, basically. 14.9 is our length. So we've got 9 by 14.9. This is 14.9 inches. And what does that equal? That's 1,836.44. Carry a 4. 134.1 for that value. And now I just add up all these numbers. This is 110, and these two make 189, and this one is still 134.1. Add up all of those numbers, I get 13.1, 13.1. I get 433.1 square inches. 433.1 square inches. Let's not write it like that. Let's write square inches. And that's our surface area for this triangle. So we figure out each face one at a time, and then we add them up. Okay, finally this last one, the cylinder. Dun, dun, dun. Well, you'll notice on the board I have provided a formula, and I didn't just make it up. The formula is in your book. And so 2 is our first number. We're going to multiply that by pi, and then we're going to multiply it by the radius squared. Our radius is 20, so that's 20 squared. Don't think of that as 40. It's not 40. It's actually 400 plus 2 times pi again, times our radius of 20, times our height of 25. So a lot going on there. So let me see here. I got to clear off my calculator. 2 times 3.14 is 6.28 times the 20 squared, which is 400. So our first number right here is 2,512. All of this equals 2,512. Now I got to add that to whatever this next set of numbers equals. Okay, so we got 2 times 3.14 again, that's 6.28, times our 20, and times our 25. and I get 3140 for that. So if I add the two numbers together, I get a 2, I get a 5, I get a 6 and a 5, and that would be square feet because we're talking surface area again. 5,652 square feet. That's all there's to it, folks. That's the 3 different types of problems you're going to be facing. If you have any questions, 8th graders, let me know.